Hi, I'm back, but without the kids. I've sent them back to their parents already. Half an afternoon with them almost drove me through the wall, but they are so sweet. Now I'm back to drinking my coffee and whiskey. So what's the most talked about topic? Of course, my dear friend Halimah Yacob to become president. I like her. When I read that she was going to stand, I was very happy. I called her office to tell the secretary to tell her that I'm totally on her side. Let me go for the positives. Halimah is a woman. I don't care whether she's Indian, she's Malay, she's Chinese or whatever. First, she's a woman, and I believe she's a good woman. She has good integrity, and I'm confident she will do the right thing for our country. If she turns out to be a PAP stooge and do not really do good for our country, I will strangle her with my good morning towel, or maybe even use her tudung. Forget the negatives lah. I don't care if she's not Malay. I already said we are Singaporeans, so cut out the crap. We know all this gerrymandering, we know the racist policies of HDB, we know the GRC, MUIS, and all the rules and regulations that they can change to suit themselves. Why be so afraid of Tan Cheng Bock? Right? Let Halimah stand against him, and I'm confident she will win. Because don't forget, half the population are women, and we will vote for a woman. Because I think most men are evil, and there are very few good women around. Let's put Halimah there. She's the best candidate. I'll be the vice president. Between the two of us, there's one Indian, half Chinese, and half Malay. We can run the country well. Schools as a microcosm of the nation, I think that should be a call of how our country should set up their schools. But in reality, are our schools a microcosm of the nation? It is, because a lot of the SAP schools only have Chinese there. So that is the problem of our schools, because the schools represent certain races in certain areas, and we should cut that out. All schools should have a mix of kids like when I was in school. A sip of coffee because I'm already quite sleepy. Okay, redesigning jobs to suit older workers, I think it's a fantastic move. We have a very undereducated population. We have a very underskilled population. And this is not counting the handicapped and the disabled and the challenged. The government should get the people who are helping industries to come out to the ground and see what is necessary there and how to adjust the ground and the landscape and the environment to accommodate these people. We have many people who are over 60 years old, and these people still need to live because they cannot stop working and retire. They will have no income, and the companies also will have a problem because they have not enough people with experience to help them. But I'm fascinated, you know, every time the AVA says eggs in Singapore are not in danger, vegetables are not in danger, the whole world is worried, but Singapore is never worried. We must have a great system of food security. The AVA must be doing such a wonderful job. The eggs farms in Malaysia are in the middle of oil palm estates. What do you think the oil palm estates do? They spray chemical fertilizer all the time. But the eggs from Malaysia are totally safe. Of course. AVA, thank you for giving me such great confidence. I only eat eggs from the Kranji countryside. And eggs because they are pasteurized. Go find out the difference. You know, I always read the Business Times seriously because I think they are a serious newspaper. So when I read this article and it says that an estimated 8,000 children are born into poverty in Singapore each year, according to this research, I get worried. That is 20% of our children? What happened to the tagline of us being the richest country in the world, the greatest GDP, etc., etc.? Who are these 8,000 children? Why is it in the year 2017, on Monday, August 7th, 2 days before our National Day, that something like that can be printed in our business times? And yet, we are not really concerned about the problem. Wow, this retirement kampung set to open in Woodlands, I like it. I'm going to go and have a look at it. I think our government is finally getting the drift about retirement estates. And this Woodlands one, I'm enthusiastic to go and have a look because they got complex housing, childcare and senior centres under the same roof, etc. But I must go there and see whether the clinics they have are 24/7 and do cater to the old people who suddenly feel that they cannot breathe and need to just go to the clinic and get some oxygen. That's what they need. They don't have to go to the hospital all the time and chock-a-block the hospital. 3 deans of medical schools here have said that we need more generalist doctors so that an older person need not see 5 or 6 specialists. And I think our health ministry should listen to these deans of the medical schools. They know what they're talking about. You know, I'm really disgusted to read this. Cannot work here, cannot go home. These poor Bangladeshi workers again being tortured after they had to put in so much money to come out to our country simply to get a job. Who are these people who are exploiting these people so badly? You mean our Ministry of Manpower can't put a stop to this? They have so many officers. Surely they can do something about this. How would you like it if your father had to leave Singapore, go to another country and get exploited in such a bad way? Let me know who is the employer of these people and I will go there and do what warriors do. We will punish them adequately. I love to read opinion pieces in the Business Times especially, written by great people like Liu Man Leong. But I'm a bit fascinated that this is Business Times and they printed what he said. We did not compromise our principles in that the call-up for national service was across the board for all Singaporeans and no particular class, race or religion was spared. Mr. Liu Man Leong, all of us know that the Malays will not call up for national service. So don't write things like that. And Business Times, please don't print things like that. Because when we pioneers read this, we think that you are a hypocrite and the Business Times people are stupid. If you intend to write things like that, write the truth so that the younger generation know what our country came through and yet became such a great country. Okay, thank you for watching my show again. Thank you for your support. And better still, if you can, please subscribe. But in times of stress, etc., have a whiskey. It's a great drink. Cheers. Cheers, Halimah.